Where's your restate to probation that raised at Gerald? Raised?
If council on Zoom is ready on any matters, just let us know.
Your Honor, this is Mark Coleman. I have Eric Gonzalez. I don't know if
Calling.
I'm sorry, I don't know if he's in the courtroom yet.
Eric Gonzalez? No, he's not here yet.
That's going to be with Mr. Monopoly too. I'll see if I can get him.
And Mr. Hinton, we're not retained for trial, so Mr. Gonzalez will be seeking appointment of the public defender. So I don't know if it needs to be set over in any event.
All right, I'll let him know.
Thank you.
Well, I'm the public defender in court today. We'll accept appointment once discovery is turned over. So we could set it out a week to provide the public defender discovery, either via email or mail. But we don't accept appointment until we receive the discovery.
Okay, I will make sure that that's done. And if once he gets there, if Mr. Hinton is okay with standing in for Mr. Monopoly to set it over for 2 weeks, we can do that.
Mr. Salazar and Mr. Hinton, are you on the Fernando Martinez matter? An arraignment.
Yes.
We did get information that that person is coherent and a Zoom appearance can be accommodated. That because they're at CRMC.
Oh, he's at the hospital?
Yes.
No. So do we, are we able to, do I have to go to the hospital, or do they have the Zoom set up there?
They can do the Zoom appearance, and then I believe they've done it in the back before, correct, Deputy?
Yeah, so we've taken the tablet out there and.
Okay, well, I'm ready to do that if you can set up his. Is there a public safety assessment for? I guess,
Probably not, but I'll double check. I don't see one. Fernando? Was Arenas on the email? Oh, okay. Well, I resent it, but he'll get it twice. Yes.
I don't show him in custody. I show him a federal court release.
Yeah, he was federal court release before in,
He was taken into custody at CRMC, it looks like.
421, but
okay.
he's in,
That's not showing up on RMS or the jail website.
he's not in our custody yet. That'd be great. Yeah, give him that.
Good morning. It does look like he's in holding too, so.
Mr. Yanga, deputy. Hey, Mr. Hinton, are you on the Zoom?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm here.
So we're gonna call Yin Yang. That's a Justine Keel matter, 1370. Are you standing in for her, or is Justine appearing?
No, I got it.
Okay. Sure. What do you do Italian direct investment for?
Mr. Hinton, did you receive the placement evaluation?
I have to take receipt of the letters if you want to submit.
The
Checking right now.
1370. I'm sorry, Mr. Hinton.
I said I was just checking right now. It doesn't look like I do have the 1370.
Can we send that to Mr. Hinton too? Mr. Salazar didn't have it either.
Well, no, Mr. Young, I'm gonna decide if the judge gets them. Review them first. Maybe we have a moment, like
Of course. Mr. Hinton needs to receive the report anyway.
Thank you.
Ken.
Are we on mute, Judge? Mr. Hinton, are you there?
Yeah.
So I'm going to provide the judge with 2 letters from Mr. Yang. So, I mean, I don't know how to provide them to you since you're not in court, but it's basically nothing of substance about the case. One's regarding medical issues, and the other's, I believe he's asking for a marsden hearing. So, is it okay if I give the judge the letters?
Yes.
Your Honor, we could call the case.
Okay.
I can provide the court with the letters first, and then we can call it.
Either way,
Okay, let's call the case.
we'll call case ending 1737, People versus Yin Yang.
Jose Salazar, Public Defender's Office, on behalf of Mr. Yin Yang. Mr. Yang is present in court. He's in custody being assisted by an interpreter in the Spanish language.
And if the interpreter could state his appearance for the record. The court's verified the interpreter's identity as well as verified this interpreter's certification. The interpreter is appointed to interpret Hmong in this proceeding. Mr. Hinton, your appearance?
Brandon Hinton for the people.
Today's the date set for receipt of the placement evaluation. Have counsel both received the evaluation?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And was counsel ready to proceed as to that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection or the party stipulating to the findings?
The defense is stipulating to the 1370 report.
Stipulated by the people.
All right, the court's read and considered the placement recommendation and finds it appropriate. The Fresno County Sheriff is ordered to transport the defendant to the treatment facility. Again, the treatment facility is the California Department of State Hospitals. Upon successful completion of his treatment or other findings, he is to be returned to this court. The maximum confinement is for a period of 2 years. Do we have time credits? Hold on just a second, sir. As to we'll come back to time credits. As to the letter indicates that the court needs to make a finding as to whether antipsychotic medication is necessary as a part of the treatment. It's my recollection, and I went back to it again, the report filed on December 1st, 2021 by Dr. Terrell specifically indicated that he did not believe that antipsychotic medication was necessary or would benefit him. So the court's not going to order that antipsychotic medication be administered. Does either counsel wish to be heard as to that?
No, Your Honor. Defense agrees with the court's assessment.
Submitted.
All right. The court would just indicate that Mr. Yang can choose to either accept or refuse antipsychotic medication as part of his treatment. Again, partly because it doesn't appear that that was a necessary part of the treatment, according to Dr. Terrell. We'll need to hold on just a second, sir. Do we have time credit? Hold on just a second, sir.
Well, Judge, according to RMS, there was a start date of 11/16 of 2020. That would be, yes, of 2020. That would be 499 actual and 498 conduct credits. Mr. Yang had a private counsel previous, so RMS is the only accurate representation I can make without going through the minute orders first at this point.
He's charged with a violent offense, though, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. There are violent strikes alleged.
So his time credits would be limited to 15%?
Yes. So if we do 15%, Your Honor, time served would be $499. Conduct credit would be 74 for a total of 573.
All right, the court will make the finding that his current time credits are 49 plus 74 for a total of 574. Again, the maximum period of confinement for the treatment is 2 years. Mr. Salazar, it appears that Mr. Yang wishes to address the court.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, I have 2 letters. Mr. Yang wants to provide the court. I've looked over these letters. I think the court can have these letters. I let the district attorney know about the basic substance of the letters. May I approach with the document?
Yes. And criminal proceedings remain suspended. Mr. Yang, is there something outside of these letters that you wish to address with the court? And again, I would encourage you to talk to Mr. Salazar prior to doing that. 1, criminal proceedings are suspended, and 2, anything that you say in court can potentially be used against you in your case.
I want to say, my issues are just sexual. They're alleging to me that I've killed somebody, and that's just very saddening. 3/4/20 was just that.
Mr. Yang, don't talk about the case, please.
Oh, Mr. Salazar, this letter appears to be to you.
Yes, Your Honor, but Mr. Yang wanted me to provide it to the court. So the way I read the letter, Judge, Mr. Yang is asking for a Marsden hearing. We previously had a Marsden hearing, which was denied. I know criminal proceedings are suspended. I believe that defendant, Mr. Yang, does have a right to a Marsden hearing, so I'll submit that issue to the court. But I don't think there's been any material change in the case since the last Marsden hearing was denied. But I do think he has a right to a Marsden hearing. I'll put that on the record, even though criminal proceedings are suspended.
Give me just a second.
Sexual conduct, and if I'm getting to help me. I'm not going to forgive this first before I fight. This is just a sexual. Even after that.
All right.
Black and white, please have more respect.
Well, Your Honor, I mean, I don't think it's helpful to Mr. Yang. He won't take my advice and not speak. I don't think. I think we should have the Marsden or end the hearing, Your Honor.
When was the last Marsden?
The last, November 29, last year of 2021. And that was, I had declared a doubt at that point.
Yes.
Yes, and so we were pending at 1368 at that point.
Mr. Yang, are you asking that the court consider appointing new counsel? All right, I'm going to have to pass this matter. Again, the court is aware that just because criminal proceedings are suspended doesn't mean that the court shouldn't consider a Marsden hearing. I know there's specific case law on that issue. However, I'm still looking at the issue of the previous Marsden, whether there's sufficient information at this point to hold a new Marsden hearing. So I need a few minutes on that. Counsel, can we trail this matter?
Sure, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Yang, we're going to have you sit in the back and we'll bring you out as soon as we're ready to proceed.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Do you have a matter ready?
I have an out of custody change of plea when you're available.
What's the name?
Fiaro, Christopher Fiaro.
Did you say Fiaro with an F?
Yes.
F.
Oh, you know what? I'm in the wrong department, guys. I apologize.
That explains it. All right. Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
Voorhees.
Yeah. No, I need to go over the plea form for them.
Yang.
Is there anybody I haven't spoken to?
You're gonna wait in the back. Yeah, you're gonna wait in the back. Here, open that door. Yes, just.
No. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Horner.
Your Honor, can I call the matter of Mr. Joseph Wilkerson?
Calling case ending 9724, People versus Joseph Wilkerson. The matter set for H2.
Earl Horner, Public Defender, on behalf of Mr. Wilkerson. He's present and out of custody.
Hannah Dukes for the people.
Your Honor, I acknowledge receipt of the information, waive formal reading and advisement of statutory and constitutional rights. Enter pleas of not guilty, denying any and all allegations and enhancements. I'm asking for this matter to be set for a jury trial and settlement conference within the statutory time frame.
All right, the timeout would be May 23rd. The statutory dates would be settlement conference on April 28th and jury trial on May 12th, unless counsel prefers other dates.
I'm fine with those dates as long as Ms. Dukes is.
Timeout, May 12th
That's agreeable.
with the timeout of May 23rd.
And it's in department, is it 52 or is it a different department?
53,
53 for the jury trial?
yes.
And Your Honor, I wanted to put something on the record.
Go ahead.
I got a call from this victim yesterday. She stated that she's getting threats via a third party. She stated her best friend is dating the defendant's cousin, and the defendant has been telling the best friend that he's going to harm the victim and shoot up her residence. I informed the victim to make a police report. She also sent me some social media videos where she thought those were slandering her, and she's very concerned for her safety. She's working with the victim advocate at this time. People are concerned for her safety, and I just wanted to let the court know what's going on.
All right, sir, I'm not asking for a response as to any of those allegations, but the court would remind you that there is a criminal protective order in place. That criminal protective order prevents any contact, even through a third party, except an attorney of record. Again, no personal, electronic, telephonic, or written contact with the protected party. The court's just reminding you that there is a criminal protective order in place. Anything additional?
Nothing by defense.
People?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you all, and I'll see, again, the date is April 28th. All current orders remain in full force and effect, including protective orders. Thank you.
Auto save?